guys, welcome to Momo's Choice. Today I'm gonna teach you to cook an authentic Sichuan dish, 鱼香肉丝, which literally means fish flavored pork. But is there fish inside this dish? Well, no. Then why is it called fish flavored pork? The reason is we always use this type of sauce, which is called yuxiang sauce, to cook the fish in Sichuan. And in the old time, people are poor, they can't afford buying the fish. So what do they do when they want to eat the fish? Well, they use the yuxiang sauce to cook the pork, and then that kind of makes them feel like they're eating the fish. Clever, huh? So that's why there's actually no fish inside this dish. And there's a famous joke in Sichuan. It is that there is a tourist from northeast of China, and she visited Sichuan, and she ordered this fish flavored pork in a restaurant and figured there's no fish inside this dish. So she called the police angrily and claiming that she got scammed. Well, now you know there's actually no fish inside this dish. So if you ever visit Sichuan in the future, don't call the police when you order this dish in the restaurant. And now let's get started. First, you need 30 grams of dried black fungus. I found them in the Asian supermarket. Soak them up with water. Then you need 220 grams of pork tenderloin. You need to cut following the pattern of the meat, following the lines. Do not cut across the lines, otherwise the meat tends to fall apart while frying. Cut the pork into strips. The easier way to cut it is to cut the meat into big slices first, and then cut them to strips. And you see the patterns here, I cut following the lines of the meat. Do not cut across the lines. Rinse the pork, squeeze the blood out of the meat, rinse it several times until you don't see blood color so much in the water anymore. Now we need to marinate the meat. Use 1 gram of salt, a pinch of white pepper powder, 1 spoon of cooking wine, 1 spoon of light soy sauce, egg white, one spoon of starch, around 4 grams, and mix them well. Now the fungus should be ready after soaking up the water for 15 minutes. The easy way to cut fungus into thin strips is to roll it first and then cut it. Then you need 1 bamboo shoot, around 120 grams. Cut them into strips as well. Use 20 grams of garlic and 20 grams of ginger. Press the garlic hard to easily peel the skin off, and mince them. Use 1 green onion, around 30 grams. Cut them into 1 centimeter slices. Now let's make the yuxiang sauce. You need a bit more than 1 spoon of sugar, around 15 grams, 2 grams of salt, a bit of MSG, 2 spoons of cooking wine, 2 spoons of light soy sauce, 1½ spoon of vinegar, around 4 grams of starch, and mix them well. Pour some hot water into the pan, add a little bit of salt, add the bamboo shoots and fungus. Cook them for 2 minutes with high temperature. Take them out and drain the water. Add 40 grams of oil into the pan. Fry the pork with high temperature. Cook the pork until they turn white. You do not have to wait until it's fully cooked. Take the pork out to drain the oil. Add 20 grams of oil into the pan. Fry the garlic and ginger with medium temperature. Add 1 spoon of Chinese pickled chili. I found it in the Asian supermarket. It gives a sour and spicy flavor to the dish. Mix the ingredients, cook them until you smell the garlic and ginger. Then add the pork back in. Mix them a bit. And then add bamboo shoots and fungus as well. Mix them a bit. And then add the Xiang sauce. Fry with high temperature. Add green onions. Mix them a bit. Now you're ready to serve. Okay, tips. So first, you want to use pork tenderloin. And actually, in all kinds of frying dish in Sichuan, no matter it's pork or beef, we always use tenderloin because it works best for this kind of frying dish. It's tender. And second, as I said in the video, while cutting the pork, you need to follow in the pattern of the muscle. So you need to cut towards the same direction as the pattern. Do not cut across the pork because then the pork tends to break apart while cooking, and trust me, that happened to me before. So we always have this rule in Sichuan that when you are cutting the pork, you need to cut following the pattern of the meat. But when cutting the beef, you need to cut across the pattern because beef is stronger than pork, it's more chewy. So if you cut across the pattern, then it's easier to chew. However, it's not the same case for pork. Number 3, I used egg white when marinating the pork. The reason to do that is the egg white will make the meat more tender while cooking. But why not use egg yolk, you might ask? Well, good question. The reason I do that is because egg white works best for this purpose. And second, the egg yolk will give the meat a bit weird color. Plus my grandma always does that. So it's like an ancient recipe that everyone follows, so you better do as well. But if you are too lazy to separate the egg yolk and egg white, that's also fine. Number 4, last thing is I cooked fungus and bamboo shoot first, and then pork, and in the end mix them together in the pan. You want to cook the vegetable and then the meat separately, because if you put the pork and vegetables into the pan while they are all raw, then when the vegetables are cooked, the pork tends to be a bit too overcooked, so it's like more chewy. And then in China we say the meat is too old, so that means the meat is too chewy, and then it's not nice. So that's why you want to cook them separately and then mix them in the end. And that's today's tips. Hope you guys like it, and I hope it's helpful, and see you next time.